National Instructional Media Institute presents online courses, Principles of Teaching, Micro Teaching, Practical Assignment 2.
Welcome to this session. Before going to this session, let me introduce myself. I am V. Dhanasegaran, retired Assistant Director of Training, CTI Chennai. Now it is renamed as NSTI. Okay. Today program is of micro teaching. Now, last class what we have seen, what we have studied about different types of drawings on production. We prepared orthograph views and different drawings we have prepared. In that we have studied about what is a detailed drawing, assembly drawing, production drawing, working drawing. So, these are the different types of drawing which helps the manufacturer to produce the production. But what is the important in that one? Whatever we reflect in the drawing, the same thing will be produced by the manufacturer for the production of any component or any machine part. So, we know that the drawing plays very important part in the field of production or in the field of the manufacturing or any component. Now, before this, I like to have a small speech. See here. Now, I got a cycle. My cycle quarter pin has gone out. I asked my student, one of our students, to make a quarter pin. So, he has gone to the turner shop, he has finished the quarter pin, we had taken 2 hours spent and brought the quarter pin, and then I put the quarter pin to the crank and it is not suitable. Wasting 2 hours time spent, it is not suit to the cycle. Then another student has gone to the market, by paying some 2 rupees he brought a quarter pin. When I put this quarter pin, it exactly suit the cycle, that it was working. What is the reason? What is the name for that? That is called as interchangeability of mating parts. Interchangeability of mating parts. On which heading, on which under it comes out. So, today my topic is on limits, tolerance and fits. So, this is my topic on limits, fits and tolerances. We used to use this word limit often. Can anyone give answer what is limit, the meaning of the limit? When we talk to our friend, we say you are crossing your limit. When you are talking to your brother, you say you are going over the limit. So, what is the meaning of that limit, limit, limit? We use the word, but without knowing. So, and hence in workshop we cannot make any object to the exact size we cannot make it. What is the reason for it? That reason is, you can see here, the manufacture of interchangeable parts require precision. The precision means what? Accuracy. Precision is the degree of accuracy to ensure the functioning of a part as intended. So, the functioning of the part should be exactly to the size what is the design size. That is different to the design size and the basic size. This we will discuss afterwards later on. So, it should be to the according to the design size. And then, however, the experiences shows that it is impossible to make the parts economically to the exact dimension. Why we cannot make to the exact dimension? What is the cause for it? What is the reason for it? The reason is that due to what? Inaccuracies of machines and tools. Because the machines might have purchased some decade ago. So, we cannot expect so much of accuracy in the machine or the tool. It may be blunt or the angle may not be correct. So, due to that also we cannot get the correct accuracy of the component to be manufactured on the shop floor. Then inaccuracy in setting the work to the tool and error in measurements and etc. So, even in the tool or setting, if it is wrong, we cannot get the good accuracy of the component. That is the main factor why we are not getting the correct exact dimension in the manufacturing. So, what we have to, we got some other way. What is that way and what is that? That is called as the title, what is the limit, tolerance and fits. So, what is limit, limit, limit? What is the limit? Can anyone give an idea? Here also I can give you a small incident about the Ramayanam. You know Ramayanam, all of you very well. What is Ramayanam? You know it. Huh? So, you know that Rama went to forest in order to keep the hearth of Dasaratha. So, along with Sita and Lakshmana gone to the forest, they have formed the beautiful hut in the forest. We know the story that Ravana loved Sita and sent his brother Marisa in the form of the deer to kidnap the Sita. As per that, Marisa came in the form of the deer. When Sita seen the deer Marisa, she asked Rama to get the deer. Rama denied first, but he went. Before he leaving the hut, he requested Lakshmana to be the god for the Sita. Then we know the story. Rama aimed an arrow on the deer Marisa. The deer Marisa cried as Rama and Lakshmana. When Sita heard this voice, she saw something dangerous to her husband Rama and asked Lakshmana to attend immediately. What happens? Lakshmana first denied and then he was compelled to leave the hut. So, before leaving the hut, what he has done? He made a line and requested Sita not to cross that line. If she is be within that line, within that range, within that area, she will not occur with the danger. If she crossed that line, she may occur with a danger. So, then we know the story. Ravana came in the form of Pichandeyi and compelled Sita to cross the line and kidnapped. So, this is the same thing in the mass production. We are allowing the workers to commit the mistake. How far they can commit the mistake over the basic size or the design size. So, the workers are allowed to commit the mistake in the mass production. That range is called as the limit. If it is basic size and the design size. Basic size means that is I want a 50 mm diameter. That 50 mm diameter, to complete it is very difficult exactly as the 50 mm diameter. It may be just above or just below that basic size. How far it should be above, how far it should be below, and that is called as a limit. So, we can define the limit system is the workman therefore has to give a small allowable margin so that he can produce a part, the dimensions which will between the acceptable limits maximum and minimum. The system which a variation is accepted is called as the limit system and the allowable deviation are called tolerances. The relationship between the mating parts are called fits. So, here the tolerances, we use always the word tolerance, but actually it is a deviation. Plus or minus tolerance we are giving in the machine shop, but actually it is must be as said as a deviation. Deviation, it is not the tolerance, it is a deviation. Now, that deviation is maybe above the basic size, above the basic size or below the basic size. So, the differentiation between the above the basic size and below the basic size is called, we say as a relationship is called as a tolerance. And between the mating parts, one part is mating with the other part or whole with the dia. Then the study of the limits, the tolerance and fits is must for technologies to involved in production. The same must be reflected on production drawing for guiding the craftsman on the shop. That is what I said. So, a draftsman or a drawing prepared in the drawing office, it has got more important role. That it plays a more important role in the field of production. So, what I said earlier, the limit is, it is a permissible error, very simple word, it is a permissible error allowed for the worker in mass production and that is called as the limit. If it is higher than the basic size, it is called as a upper limit. If it is below the basic size, we call it as a lower limit. And now here, the tolerance is the permissible variation of a size is called the tolerance. permissible variable, how much we can permit to commit the mistake above or below, how much you can allow the error or mistake, whatever it may be. So, how much error we can allow, and that is the permissible error, and the variation size called as a tolerance. It is the difference between the maximum and the minimum permissible limits of the given size. The given size is the basic size. Design size is a different, do not confuse. Basic size is the what 50 mm is the basic size. Design size is the different, that we see later on classes. So, here the basic size is the 50 mm means, that is a size, given size, and the variation is provided on one side of the basic size. Suppose you are given on one side of the basic size is a 50 mm. I have given you can prepare 0.05, 0.05. So, it is a plus value I have given. So, it is the upper deviation, it is upper deviation. In case if I mention below minus 0.05, it is what less than that, lower deviation. So, on the basis of the basic size we decide or we determine plus or minus 0.05. So, upper deviation and the lower deviation. In that that is called now one side of the basic size, then if we give only one side, not on the minus side, only on the one side, one plus value or one minus value, one plus value or one minus value, and that is called as a unilateral system. You only one side plus, that is 50 plus 0.05 or minus 0.05, and that is called as a unilateral system. No two dimensions, plus value or minus value, only one value, it may be of a plus value, it may be of a minus value, that is a negative value. Suppose you give both the sides plus 0.05 minus 0.03, then it is called as a bilateral system. On two sides you are giving plus value as well as a positive negative value, minus value, and that is called as the. So, we go detail on this afterwards, not now. The next one you can see it, limits. The two extreme permissible size between which the actual size is contained are called the limits. The maximum size is called the upper limit and the minimum size is called the lower limit, which I explained earlier before. Now, deviation, what is the deviation? That is the tolerance what we are saying now, but actually we said as a deviation. It is the algebraic difference between the size, actual maximum etc., and to the corresponding basic size. The difference between the corresponding basic size, and that is called as a deviation. It may be higher or it may be lower. Now, you can see that what is the upper deviation, there is a higher deviation or above the basic size. It is the algebraic difference between the maximum limit of the size and the corresponding basic size. That is you are given the dimension above. Suppose I said, as I said earlier, 50 plus 0.05. Always in our mechanical side, the dimensions is always in mm, unless and otherwise is mentioned in the cm or other things. Okay. So, you do not worry, sir, what is the dimension, is it a centimeter or millimeter, always in a mm only. And now, here the algebraic difference between the maximum limited size and the corresponding size. So, 50 plus 0.05. So, this is upper deviation, is above that one. If I put 50 minus 0.95, and that is the lower limit. So, within this if you produce the object, within this you produce the component, this way workable, and within this you produce the object or the component, this is allowable or it is workable. So, your worker can prepare within that range of plus value of a plus point 0.05 or minus 0.05. So, that is our topic of the today, what is the limit and what is the purpose of the limit, why it is required in the mass production. So, now, you have gone through the topic of the limit, what is the necessity of the limit. So, this is reflected in the drawing. I said earlier the basic size and the design size. So, in the working drawing, when you give a dimension of an object, so when you give a dimension of the object, we will give like this 15.03. Suppose I give a dimension only like this, only 15. So, this is the basic size and this is the design size. So, the design size is followed by the decimal value, that is how much the limit you can prepare, and that is called as the design size. But this is the size, is the basic size of the component. So, it can allow up to 50.03, or if I put plus or minus, then it is a 50.03 or 50 minus a 0.3. So, that is the difference of the basic size and design size. So, it is a vast subject. So, we can see one by one in later on classes if permits. So, today's topic is what is the limit, what is the necessity of the limit, why the limit is required in the drawing or in the workshop. So, the limit is a permissible error allowed or tolerable error allowed for the manufacture of the products in the mass production. So, the workers are allowed to commit the mistake to a certain range, and that is called as a limit. Okay. Today's topic we have seen about the limit, fits, limits, tolerance and fits. Generally, we used to say in the workshop limits, fits and tolerance. It is not like that. It should be limits, tolerance, next only fits. Because after the tolerance only you have to decide what is the type of the fit, whether it is a push fit or force fit or running fit, okay, or sliding fit. Not before that fit is coming. So, limit, tolerance, after the deviation you are deciding what is the type of the fit is suitable for that particular component in the interchangeability of the mating parts. So, that is more important. So, we leave that one, and now let me have the feedback from your side. How far you are gone to my topic of today, limits, fits and tolerance. And the main topic we are studied today is a limit. What is limit? Mr. Srikant, please answer.
Limit is nothing but it is a accepted or permissible limit or size which can be allowed on the machine component to be manufactured in the interchangeability of parts to have a effective fit.
Good, sit down. So, what is said, the limit is a permissible error or is a tolerable error, or it is committed by the workers. We are allowing the workers to commit the mistake. So, the permissible error allowed in the mass production for the manufacturing of the any component, that is the concept of the limit what he has said. The purpose of limit is to have a speedy or to have a economical production on the manufacturing side, which is reflected on the drawing, so that the worker will find very easy to give the mass production. That is the purpose of the limit. What our friend said the answer, that is the concept of the purpose of the limit. Okay, I hope you might have understood about the topic of the limit today. We will see you on next session. Thank you.
Hope you all understand this lesson. We'll see you on the next class. Thank you.